Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Andy back again from the underground, and today we are taking a look at the Keppi Bench 5000. As I stated in the Keppi collars video, I did get this bench along with the collars for a review, and now that I've had about over a month and a half of owning it, I can give you my honest review and feedback on this bench. In terms of the shipping, it came all in one big old box. As you can see here, the box was pretty big. It was filled with a lot of cardboard and wood inserts, and everything was packaged really neatly, and everything was there. I didn't have any missing pieces when assembling it. The assembly took about 45 minutes to an hour. There is some tinkering with it, like tightening bolts and whatnot, but overall the process was pretty straightforward and everything was in the box, so I didn't have to reach out to Keppi for any missing pieces or anything. And the assembly booklet basically is pretty up to date with the assembly process. And with a lot of these budget benches, they come in a lot of different pieces, and there's always that risk of missing a screw or a bolt or something like that when it comes to these overseas made products. But I'm pretty impressed with Keppi's packaging as well as the assembly process on this bench. This bench is loaded with a lot of pretty decent features. It provides a leg roller, and this is the first leg roller that I've seen where it has an adjustable pad for the bottom, so then you don't have to always have the same fixed position if you have like multiple lifters using this bench. And it also comes with a little I would say knob to have the bench be able to stand up upright and then store away. And in terms of other features that it does feature a zero gap bench bottom seat positioning, which is really nice and adjustable, where you can have it zero gap and no gap in between when you are making the adjustments. And as you can see here, I inserted that knob, and now you can sit the bench upright, which is a really nice feature, and you don't see these kind of features in budget benches like this. It has a leg roller, it has the stand post, and it has the zero gap feature. In terms of adjustability, the seat pad has 6 adjustment points and the back pad has 10 adjustment points. So you could do everything from decline to flat to incline, all pretty seamlessly, and it's a nice feature to have. I'll show you in another part of the video all the measurements, but the base of this bench is pretty sturdy and it tapers off. So as you can see, the back of the back pad, it has a really long foot, and in front it tapers off a little bit for your feet, so you can get your feet underneath and get it in comfortably. Here I'm just showing you the adjustment points. The knobs that adjust the bench, they're okay. They feel kind of flimsy. Another thing that I hope that they upgrade is this bench pad system. I don't think it should be 3 separate bench pads. They could definitely do it in 2. In terms of firmness of the pad, I would say it's like decently firm, but it's not too soft. So I would say it's like in between a Rogue AB2 and a Prime Fitness adjustable bench pad. It doesn't form as easily as the Prime Fitness pads does. I can't really feel the back pad of it, and I think it's actually good firmness for this kind of bench. In terms of changing the pads, if they could do a 2 pad system and do black threads instead of these white threads, I think the aesthetics of it would look a lot better. And here's the zero gap feature in action. It's pretty smooth. It goes back and forth, and it flows really well with the bench. No complaints there. I do have to remember to adjust it when I am adjusting the bench, like the back pad, and bringing it up and whatnot, because if you do zero gap all the time, your back pad is going to get stuck when you try to adjust it. And here are the pop pins in a close-up. I was just showing you what I was saying before, how they could probably improve them. They do feel a little bit flimsy in terms of usage. However, when in use, and I have the bench set up in an adjustable position, they hold up pretty well. It just feels flimsy whenever you pull them out, the pop pin that it uses and whatnot. And here you can see the zero gap feature. It's also a pop pin, but you can also tighten it so then it's not too loose and wiggly. And in terms of the bench finish overall, I really like this black colorway. It doesn't have that overseas charcoal color that a lot of overseas things are made of. If they could really improve, like I was saying, the bench pad to a 2 bench pad system, I think this bench would be really solid overall. Another thing is probably the branding of the bench. I'm not really that big of a fan of it saying like Keppi and Bench 5000. I don't mind it on the frame, but on the pads is a little bit overkill. But that's just my opinion in terms of aesthetics. I really like the laser cut numbers on the adjustment points. That's a really nice touch for this bench, and especially being a budget bench, like you don't see a lot of things like that. And as you can see, the frame has like this open bottom design, kind of reminiscent of a Rogue AB2, which is the other bench that I have in terms of adjustable benches, and I've been rocking that one for the longest time now. And just getting this bench set up into an inclined position, you could do it fairly quickly with this bench. Just adjustments in general, you could do a lot of fiddling with. This bench feels really solid overall. It has a 1500 weight capacity, but I doubt anyone would ever lift that much on this bench, but it's nice to have that feature. One thing that I've noticed in these cheaper benches, they wobble a lot, especially with their design. However, the Keppi Bench 5000, it's rock solid. Whenever I have done lifts on it, it feels really stable. I don't feel like I'm falling off or it's wiggling or wobbling when in motion. So this is about 80 pounds each arm for incline press, and it holds up pretty well. And next I'm going to show you the leg roller attachment and do some decline crunches. And as you can see here, it's still really solid, and I'm about 200 pounds doing some crunches on the Keppi Bench 5000, and it holds up pretty well. No complaints there. And some other shorts that I did on this bench, I was using the Voltra and the isolator with this bench, and it actually is really nice to use because it is so adjustable that you can set up your isolator and your Voltra to kind of any parameter that you have or any setup that you want for like preacher curls or leg extensions, and you can use this bench to brace yourself on it, and it holds up really well. Another cool feature of this bench is that there's like a leveling mechanism, so if you're on a uneven ground, you can always shim your way through with this bench to make it flat or have a better positioning. And in conclusion to all of the other benches that I have, the Rogue AB2 and the Prime Adjustable Bench, I won't be replacing those two with this one. However, this is a very solid bench overall for the cost of it, and if you can even find one used, that'd probably be an even better deal for you, as it only goes for $300. And in this last clip, I'm going to be showing you the measurements for all of the pads. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Holla back at your boy, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.